Yes, Jerry, give us examples of foreigners.
Missionary.
Very good boy. Thank you, Jerry. Omar Atendo Timothy. Apart from Arabs and missionaries, give us any other.
Explorers.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Timothy. Lakisa Peace. Lakisa Peace. Lakisa Peace. Peace, can you hear me? Yes. Peace.
Administrators.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you, little girl. You're the best. Here we have administrators. Now, I want us to give the first group of foreigners. The first group of foreigners. Sam? The first group of foreigners, Sam? Give us the answer. Nakato and Babirie. Give us the answer. The first group of foreigners. Oh, Nakato and Babirie, they are not ready. Okay, let me go to the chat. Let me go to the chat. Oh, traders, very good. Oh, thank you very much. My admin, you are a super admin indeed. Thank you. Now, on the chat, we have got traders, and I would like us to look at the groups of traders. The groups of traders, we said the traders were divided into two groups. Can we give them? Yes, Katrina, groups of traders. Can you give me on chat, Katrina? Groups of traders. Gloria, Asian Arabs. Thank you very much, Sam. And then Arab traders, Omara. Thank you very much. You're such wonderful children. Okay. European traders and Asian traders, Abigail. Examples of Asian traders is where we get Arabs. Thank you. Ingabire, thank you. Okay. So that is what we looked at the last week we met, and I am very glad that the children are able to look at, they're able to remember. So we want to go ahead and check on the trading items, okay? The trading items. The trading items were divided into two, okay? We had the trading items that were brought to Uganda, okay? I want to highlight that word, brought to Uganda. We have trading items that were brought to Uganda, okay? And then we had trading items that were taken from Uganda, okay? So in our first slide, we want to look at the first items that were brought to Uganda. We have cloth, we have cups, we have mirrors, necklaces, and those are a few that I have tried to gather in picture. Now, what do we mean when we say clothes? Were we moving naked in Uganda before the coming of Arabs? No, thank you. We were not naked. We had our back clothes, okay? And these clothes exist up to now. Actually, it is one of the oldest material that we have right now, the back cloth. So back clothes existed, and that's what we were putting on. So what did the Arabs bring? Which type of clothes were they able to bring? They brought silk and cotton clothes, okay? So this is to be very specific so that we don't begin to imagine that Ugandans were naked. No, we were not naked, we were dressed in our back clothes. And so, and hides, animal hides, we were very smart. And so Arabs introduced silk cloth and then cotton cloth. What about cups? Were we drinking water directly from the well? No, thank you. We had cups made out of clay and cups made out of wood and cups carved from stone. Now, which type of cups did the Arabs bring? The Arabs brought glass cup or ceramic materials, okay? They brought those glass cups, and some ceramic and plastic materials. Mirrors, of course, for us, we cannot have any history of having mirrors. The mirrors were basically brought by Arabs. They were very new goods. We never had mirrors. Mirrors never existed. Necklaces, were we not having necklaces? Of course, we had our necklaces made out of the animal bones, the animal teeth. Okay, but the Arabs brought beads made out of plastic and other equipment. Okay, so let's take note that we existed before the Arabs, and we had all what the Arabs brought, but they brought the other version of what we had. Somebody told me one time that, teacher, that means they copied from us. When the explorers came, they saw our clothes, they saw our cups, they saw our necklace, then they went and duplicated and brought it in another material. I said, wow, this is a historian. And thank you for being a good historian. But we had clothes, we had cups, we had necklaces, but they were not the ones that were made of Arab culture and Arab art and technology. Okay? So we have other goods still. We had beads, we had guns, we had glasses. These are the goods that were brought. And then some crops that were goods that were brought to Uganda by the Arabs. I want you to take note of the pictures that you see there. Okay? You can see the business art has come. Instead of barter trade, we now see weighing and measurements taking place. Okay? So basically, the Arabs improved the existing trade that we had. Okay? And so the items they brought to Uganda, we have seen them. I hope we have taken note of them, because in the next activity, oh, Abigail, thank you. Paul can't hear me. Paul, today I have not put my earpiece because it was not giving me a clear sound yesterday, and I advised myself not to put on the earpiece. So I expect everyone to be hearing me well. Okay? Yes. Thank you. So those are the items that they brought to Uganda. Now, what was taken from Uganda? What item, what good, what were the goods that were taken from Uganda? I think you remember we talked about the Arabs, and oh, very good, Abigail. Abigail is already giving us one of the items, but I wanted to remind you that we talked about a trading system that was introduced by Arabs, okay? Where humans were items of trade. Travis, thank you. Jerry, thank you. So those are the items of interest that they took from Uganda. Goods taken by Arabs from Uganda. The first one is slaves. Then somebody mentioned ivory. Now we also had salt. Salt from Bunyoro. Okay? Salt from Bunyoro. It was mined and potted or carried by the potters up to the coast. Then we had iron, and then we have skins and hides. So that is the ivory being carried. When I look at this picture, I begin to wonder the type of elephants that we had. Look at the giant ivory that was carried. As big as a human being, the height of a human being. That means we had very powerful elephants that existed during the time of the foreign influence in Uganda. You see? So we had the slaves that were captured in Africa and then taken to slave markets. When I look at that picture, I get ashamed. I get embarrassed. Look at the children, look at the mothers. You are given to transport salt, but at the same time, you are also an item of trade. So slavery was inhuman. Slave trade, I mean. Slave trade was inhuman, and slavery was also inhuman. Inhuman means not human. Okay? Now we are going to look at those two terms that I have just mentioned, slavery and slave trade. Okay, and we shall look at that in its detail. So these are the items that were taken from Uganda. They looked to be very few, but they were very precious. Very few, but very precious, very expensive. Okay, so let us continue. What were the effects of the coming of these particular Arabs in Uganda? The effects are the results. And so they are divided into two. The result can be good or bad. And so we use the word positive and negative. Okay? Positive, we mean good ones, the good result, the good effect. Okay? Okay. Abigail has added, Abigail has Laila, you change your name because I cannot call you iPhone. Laila, change your name, change your gadget to your name. I cannot call you iPhone. Just change it to Laila. I cannot do it because I'm teaching. I will help you do it from here, but I'm teaching. So just change it to Laila, then I will give you the chance. Okay. So we had effects and we are saying these are results. And so these results are divided into two. We have the good ones that are called positive, and then we have the bad ones that are called negative. Like we have seen already, the slaves, and then you look at the misery of the children footing such longer distances, maybe from Bunyoro up to the East African coast in Dar es Salaam. All that distance was to be covered on foot, no matter your age, and your health status. So those are negative effects. One of the positive effects is that the Arabs introduced cowrie shells, which were used in trade as a first, this should be first, sorry about this, as a first form of money. Okay, this should be the first form of money. Okay, so cowrie shells were used as money. So in other words, from barter trade, where we used to change goods for goods, now they have introduced now. Oh, very good. Karen, thank you very much for that answer. Elizabeth, you're welcome. Okay, these are late comer. I'm going to change this class. If you come late, you don't log in. So they introduced cowrie shells. We have said this was a valuable item that was used in form of money as a medium of exchange. So instead of changing you with a goat, they could give you some cowrie shells and then you are sold. The Arabs also introduced new goods, like the way somebody mentioned. We had clothes, we had beads, and other things. Sorry about the noise in my farm. It's really noisy. I'm trying to silence them, but they don't listen. Okay, sorry about that. They introduced new goods, I mentioned, clothes, beads, etc. They introduced Islam, that's a religion. They introduced Islam as a religion. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. They introduced Islam as a religion. That was positive because Islamic religion changed the people. They introduced new crops, and these were mangoes, rice, etc. Okay, so those are the positive effects or the positive results of the Arab coming in Uganda. Now let's look at a few of the more positive ones before we look at that. We had the trade activities. The trading activities increased. They developed trade routes that now developed into the highways of East Africa. The chiefdoms developed into kingdoms and empires, One of these example, we have got Buganda, we have got Unyoro, we have got Busoga. All those developed into kingdoms and empires. Their coming resulted into Swahili language and culture. Now, culture is a way of life, okay? The Swahili way of life and language was introduced up to the interior of East Africa. When I say interior, I mean outside the coast, okay? Swahili resided, the culture resided in the coastal region where the Arabs lived, but later as slave trade, as a different trade was introduced, the Arabs extended the Swahili language and culture to the interior of East Africa. When I say interior, I mean out of the coast into the inland, into the other king empires, to Bunyoro, to Uganda, and other empires in East African region. So as we look at the negatives, I want us to take note that the Arabs are the ones who introduced this hostile, inhuman slave trade. Slave trade is the buying and selling of humans as the item of trade, okay? As the item of trade. So in that process, people lost their lives. As I told you, the trade included movement from one place to another on a long distance, moving. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, why do you have to see? Okay, somebody is asking, how do I see the lesson live on YouTube? We always tell you that go to Christian Schools Owners Association. The website is there and you will see the lesson live streaming on YouTube. Thank you. So people lost their lives in the business of slave trade. And I told you that the business included moving from one place to another. The items of trade, humans, moved with another item of trade. Those were goods like salt, goods like ivory. We have seen the picture of slaves moving. So you are a slave as an item of trade, but you are moving a long distance with a very heavy ivory or elephant tusks, and you are moving that distance. You are carrying salt as an item of trade, but you as a person is also an item of trade. So in that, people lost lives, and then it also brought about disunity among a people. Imagine if you come to my home and then you pick my elder son and you sell him or her, okay, my daughter or my son, and then you sell, I will not be in a good relationship with you. Tribes raided, and that's now the next topic, how were these slaves got? Tribes raided from other tribes. You will find the Banyoro raiding from the Baganda, the Baganda raiding from the Banyoro. So that brought disunity among the people. The Africans, the Ugandans who were very, very peaceful, living together and sharing, now they have become enemies. The Banyoro cannot go and visit the Baganda because they think they will be sold as slaves. So that caused disunity among the people of Uganda. There are many other negative effects: depopulation, separation of families, like Travis has said. Jemima has also said here, wars, displacement of people. Those are the negative effects, as mentioned by many of us here on the chat. I think this is Travis. Thank you very much, Travis. Shalom. Oh, Shalom is still asking. Okay. Abigail has said they captured slaves and many of them died. Yes, that is loss of lives. Okay. So those are separation of families. Of course, if they sell your mother and you remain alone, it cannot be a family anymore. Okay. Gloria has said hatred among different people or different tribes. So those are the negative effects of this Arab influence in Uganda. Okay, so Remember, they came with a religion, all right? These were the first people to come, the first group of traders to come to Uganda. They introduced Islam first. That's why when they ask you, name the first religion to be introduced in Uganda, the first foreign religion, sorry about that. Name the first foreign religion to be introduced in Uganda. The first foreign religion to be introduced in Uganda is Islam or Islamic religion. Now, why do you think that it took long to get spread to other people? Julia has said people feared to practice the practice of circumcision. Okay, I want you to say some people. Okay, because in Uganda, in history, we had tribes that were practicing circumcision as a cultural practice. Okay, as a cultural practice, we had circumcision in Bugisu, we had circumcision in the Kapchora Sebei region and some parts. So some people, oh, very good, very good, very good. Bahrat Sanjana, thank you very much. Some people feared circumcision. Wonderful answer. Some people. Why? Because other people practiced circumcision in our nation, in Uganda. I have given you example. Some, thank you. Some have said they were not interested. They were more interested in trade. Some, thank you very much. Wandera Comfort, Arabs were more interested in trade than spreading religion. Now, Wandera, if this question was a comparison question, a comparison when we are comparing Islam and other things, then you would put in than. Okay, but because the question is not a comparison, we just want reasons. Like Abdullah has said, some people feared to be circumcised. Correct, Abdullah. Okay, Arabs were focused on slavery. Travis. Now, I want you to put in this. The Arabs who were the owners of religion were already misperceived by some people. Laila, thank you. Thank you very much for changing your name. Were already misperceived as bad people. Okay? Why am I saying so? You cannot tell me about your religion when yesterday you came and took away my husband. You came and took away my child. You came and took away my neighbor. Then again, now you tell me, oh, you see, God is good. That cannot work. So the Arabs, the owners of a religion, had already got bad image. People had already hated them because of the bad practices in the Arab slave trade. Okay? So let us continue and we give some of those answers here. Okay. Okay. So we are saying the Arabs were more, we have mentioned that, were more interested in trade. Arabs were hated for being slave trade. So that is what I was telling you. The Arabs were already hated by people. Okay? Okay? So, but also the language that was used in the spreading of Islam. Up to now, Islam has maintained that the language of Arabic should be used in the teachings of Islam. So that language was very difficult, okay? That language was very difficult. Increase the volume of your gadgets. Say Chizi Chivu. This name is difficult. Say Chizi. Say Chizi, I don't know. Increase the volume of your gadget so that you can hear me. Because Bahrat is already hearing me here very well, has no problem. And then Taewa is also hearing me very well. There is no problem. Oh, Taewa says my network. I think I am not moving well. I am breaking. Okay. So those are a few, okay. Those are a few of the reasons why Islam took long to spread. Okay, we shall get back to chat in our evaluation. Let's first look at these two terms, slave trade and slavery. Okay, I want to get a few people who are very attentive. They may give us the meaning of the word slave trade. Ryan, you are not on mic. Go 2020, Techno Spark. You will rename yourself so that I can call you by name. Kaziwe Ryan, you are not on mic. Zawede Flavia. Yes, Zawede. Zawede Flavia. Zawede, can you talk to me? Oh, Zawede, sorry about that, Zawede. I think she's not. Elnor, you are not on mic. Then Charles also is not on mic. Okay, let me go to the chat. Slave trade is the buying and selling of human beings. Bahat, thank you. Bahrat, thank you very much. Jerry, Jerry says he's ready. Jemima says slave trade is the selling of people. Okay. Migi says slave trade is the buying and selling. Oh, mention. Very good. Abdul Shakur, thank you very much. Abdul Shakur. This is a wonderful contribution. Migi, thank you. Okay. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Slave trade is the act of selling and buying human beings of people. In Gabire, thank you. Thank you for your good answer. Kramni, I don't know this name. Polot Shalom says is the selling of people. Okay, thank you, Shalom. Thank you, Queen. All right, thank you, Tumuhaire. Okay, so now this is slave trade. We have said, you have said, I'm just copying from you. I hope you will not punish me for copying from you. Slave trade is the buying and selling of human beings. Now, look at that trade market. Look at the family being sold. Father, mother, and child. You can imagine. Father, mother, and child. And look at the person bargaining the price of a slave. Look, let me give you this. Look at this one. I think he's saying 1, 2, 3, and then lastly sold. This is the family. You see, this is father, mother, and child. Now look at the buyers. Look at the buyers. They are here with a cigar in the hand. These were the Arab buyers. You see? So these are trade. This is what we call slave trade, the buying and selling of human beings. Now, what is slavery? Now, let me get, many answers here. Thank you. Esther, thank you. Mugenyi, thank you. Mugenyi Joy, thank you very much. Joyce, sorry, Mugenyi Joyce, thank you. Katumba Joseph, thank you. Slavery is the illegal owning of a person by another person. Okay, thank you. Slavery, Tayegwa, slavery is a condition in which one human is being owned by another. Okay, thank you. All right, so let me complete now my answer because you have already given me. Let me now give you that. Slavery is the legal owning of a person by another. Now, when you are owned, you can be used in any way that a person chooses. Your owner chooses how he is going to use you. So these slaves are here picking cotton. I always remember this song that my teacher taught me when I was at school. Slave, slave, slave in America, working day and night, planting sugar and tea. When I was in America, that is it, a song. So that song, hey, Shalom is laughing seriously. Shalom, that I am a very poor singer actually. But that song was taught to me by my teacher when I was in primary 5. And I began to feel how these people were working, planting sugar and tea every day and night. So, but it has reminded me the meaning of the word slavery. That song has taught me the meaning of the word slavery. Slavery is the illegal owning of a person by another person. And so when you are owned, you can be used in any way. Okay? So how slaves were obtained. This is a very miserable part of our lesson. How slaves were obtained. Slaves were not obtained by your own wish, like the way you can go and buy and buy bread. Then bread gets into your cavera. Bread gets into your cavera willingly, and it even gets into your mouth at home willingly. Slaves were not. Somebody said to sing a song. No, Shakur, I will sing it later. I will sing that song later. I will sing it as we are ending the lesson. Thank you. I think people are interested in the song. Somebody, Travis says by raiding. Travis, I want you to explain to us the meaning of the word raiding. Okay, let me get Travis. I want you to tell us the meaning of the word raiding. I was actually going to start by that, but Travis has helped me. Yes, Travis? Travis.
Teacher, it's like going. Yes, teacher.
Go on, my boy.
It's like going to villages with some guns and starting to get people like that, teacher.
Get people willingly or without any force or without attacking them?
With force.
Very good.
With force, teacher.
Yes. Now, raiding, Travis has a very good idea about raiding. I have ever observed a raid of cattle. Coming from a cattle corridor, I have learned many things about this vocabulary, raiding. Now, the raider, the person who is raiding you, comes sometimes at night and then takes the advantage of the darkness and forcibly ties you up and begins to move with you. Forcibly. And sometimes it is a violent attack where they will even burn your houses, they will chase away the cattle, the people are there with a lot of noise. So it's a kind of a war, a kind of attack, a violent attack that is intended to take away something. Okay? The attack is intended to pick something from you. So it will be a real war. My friends on the chat, thank you very much. Somebody has written riding. Now, the difference between riding and raiding, we are going to see it in our spelling here. Buying, okay, directly buying from who? Someone's home, okay. Fine, thank you very much for this contribution. Now, we have said raiding is not riding. Immediately you remove letter A, you have changed the meaning, okay? So we have raiding the villages, and then through intertribal wars. I told you about the Banyoro in war with Baganda. So in that, those who are caught as soldiers, those ones who are captured as soldiers, okay, you are sold as slaves. When you are captured, you are sold straight away as a slave. And then we also have direct buying or barter trade. Now, we had good chiefs and kings who were benefiting from this business. If you are a misbehaved servant of a king, a misbehaved servant of a chief, you can be sold, you can be barter traded, you can be exchanged with some other items like guns. Okay, so among those that you have given, I have seen very many people have given very many good answers here. Capturing in lonely places. Yes, you can be captured in a lonely place as you go. Victor, as you go to fetch water, you can be captured there, and then you are taken and sold as a slave. So those are the different ways. Through barter trade, we have talked about that. Direct buying, that's barter trade. So that is how slaves were captured. Gloria, I don't see this is the right thing to do now, Gloria. You send answers, Gloria and Chitiwa. Over you are called Gloria HT. Send the answer, please. Don't send those things. We want you to participate in the lesson, but not to send the answers. Okay? Okay. So let us continue. Oh, thank you. Another answer is here. By killing some of them. Now, when you are killed again, how can you be obtained? Mtesasi, this is not correct. We can say by capturing them. We have talked about raiding villages through intertribal wars, and then when you're captured, then you are sold as an item of trade. So this is the time for us to engage ourselves in a discussion, and I would like you to get ready. I'm going to use both the chat and a call to take us through this lesson as we discuss. Let me start with those on call. Okay, those on call, I'm going to start with the concepts here. Okay, let me start with those on call. Birunji, start with Birunji. Yes, Birunji. Birunji?
Yes, teacher.
We want to review these concepts. Birunji?
Yes.
We want to review these concepts, starting with the goods or items of trade brought to Uganda by the Arabs.
Mirrors, plates, cups, clothes. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a good one. Then we come to goods taken from Uganda by the Arabs. Jemba?
Yes, teacher Solomon.
Give us examples of goods taken by Arabs from Uganda.
Ivory, salt, skin, and slaves.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Jemba. You are the best boy. Now let me go to chat. Those two people have given me good answers. Francis Romeo, thank you. Asasira, thank you. Oh, sorry about the network problem. Somebody has a serious network problem. Let me get this person. This is a very serious child. Elvis, sorry. I'm having a sorry, Elvis. Elvis has a network problem. We pray that it normalizes. But you can also follow this lesson on YouTube later. You can follow this lesson on YouTube later because it is live streaming now. Jacinta, thank you. Gloria, thank you for your good answer. Actually, you have given 3 of them. Nachtende, thank you very much. Jerry, thank you. Esther, Claire, Mtesasi, thank you. Who else? Leila. Leila, where is the answer? You have just written CCC. Leila, you seem to be a funny child. Wandera, thank you. Courtney, thank you. Rahma, thank you. Elvis again. Abdallah, thank you. Thank you very much. People have given very many good answers, actually correct answers. Sechizi Chivu. This name, I wish you put a simple name that will not make Mr. Otim to bite his tongue. Okay, Nachtende, thank you very much for this wonderful answer. Jerry again, thank you. Okay, so Shukran, thank you very much. So that is that. I want us to move on and look at another aspect, effects of the coming of Arabs. I want us to start with positive effects. I'm coming to start with those on chat. Those on call, first of all, let me look for Leila. Leila, I'm looking for you on call, but I cannot see you. I think she's the one. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Can I talk to Laila?
Yes.
But I'm hearing two people.
No, I'm alone.
No, thank you. You're lying. Be a good child.
This is my younger sister talking.
Okay, then you are not alone. Tell your younger sister to help you concentrate, okay?
Yes.
Okay, now give us the effects of the coming of Arabs. What were the positive effects?
They introduced.
Say Arabs introduced.
Arabs introduced new goods. Arabs
Like?
introduced new goods, e.g., clothes, beads.
Thank you very much, Leila. Now, oh, thank you. She was even giving us another one again. Thank you. Actually, that's what I was. Go ahead, Leila.
Arabs introduced new crops. Arabs introduced Islam.
Thank you. Laila, your environment is not good for learning. The younger sister should be taken away when the person is learning. Mpina, thank you. Mpina, teachers. Okay. No. Somebody is saying we write what is on the screen. Now, girls and boys, I always give you the guidelines of these lessons. These lessons are on Google Classroom. So when we are here, we are participating in the class, like Wandera is doing, Gloria is doing. We have to participate in the class, Asasira and Gavire. Now, after the lesson, you will go to Google Classroom and then you take your notes in a beautiful and a very nice handwriting. Okay? After taking your notes, you will get the activity and then you do the activity and then you submit for marking. So in the lesson, while on Zoom, this is just interaction, you and me. You are giving me the answer and I'm giving you a comment. I'm giving you the answer, you're giving me the answer. This is just learning taking place. But writing will later take place at your own free time. You visit Google Classroom and then you take notes. Okay, thank you very much for these positive effects. Mutesazi says negative effects now. Okay, Collins, wait, I'm going to send the link to the Google Classroom later after the lesson. Okay? But you can go to our website. Okay? It is called Christian Schools Owners Association. You will go and join the class from there. I think I should give this to Collins one-on-one. Collins. Yes, Collins. Collins. Yes, Collins. Collins?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher. Yes. You talked about Google Classroom. You are not yet on Google Classroom.
Yes.
Okay. It is very simple. You go to your browser. Your browser there, Google yes. Chrome. Eh?
Yes.
Then you type Uganda Christian Schools Owners Association.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Just start with Christian Schools Owners Association.
Yes.
There you will go and you join a class. Very simple.
Yes, thank you, teacher.
You don't need a link to join the class. You just need that website, Christian Schools Owners Association. Then you will join the class. Okay?
Yes.
Have you understood? Okay. So I think we have sorted the issue of callings and any of you who has the same problem. Okay. Thank you very much. The Mugenyi, these are not the people who introduced the Zebu cow. You are getting lost to another thing. This was not the lesson for us. We have not talked about cows here. Mugenyi, you are getting disorganized. Mtesa says thank you. Disunity, we talked about it. People lost their lives. Thank you very much. Whitney, Eddie, thank you. Who else is giving us good answers here? Mugenyi, no, please make that correction. Jesse, thank you. Omara, thank you. They introduced Islamic religion. Those are positive. I mean, yeah, positive. We wanted negative effects. So let us move on. Those are a few that I have put positive. Slave trade and slavery. What is slave trade? First, we start with what is slave trade. Let us start with those on call. Joel and Junior. Joel and Junior, are you there? Joel and Junior, can we talk? Joel?
Teacher,
Yes, Joel.
I'm not Joel.
You are who?
I'm Jane, but I'm not Joel.
Okay. I had opened it. Okay, fine, Jemba, but you gave the answer. Let's first hear from Joel. Yes, Joel? Joel and Junior? Can you talk to us?
Yes.
These ones are not ready. I think Joel and Junior, they are not ready. They are speaking as if they are in the bed. Yes. You have to speak with confidence because the Lord has given you life. Golden? Yes, Golden? Golden? Golden?
Yes, teacher.
Give us the meaning of the word slave trade.
Slave trade is the buying and selling of goods.
Of what?
People.
What about
people.
slavery? What about slavery? Slavery?
Slavery is the action of buying and selling of people.
Oh, no, thank you. Okay, thank you for that try, and thank you for giving us the correct meaning of the word slave trade. Hosea, let's hear from Hosea. Yes, Hosea.
Yes, please.
Hosea, you have a lot of noise in the background. Hosea?
Yes, please.
Slavery? What is slavery?
Slavery is the illegal owning of a person by a person.
By another person.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. But your background, dear parents, I want to echo this again. When these children are learning, try to give them a very good learning environment so that they are able to perceive something, to understand, to comprehend something. Asasira, thank you. Asasira has given us a good answer here. Esther also has given us a good one. Mutesas, these are the very people. Elvis, I want to see other people on chat and they are contributing. Shalom, you gave me the answer once like this. I have not heard you again, Shalom. I want you to concentrate and focus. Follow the lessons, okay? Wandera, thank you. Bahrat, thank you. These are good children. I have heard this name, Bahrat, many times. But the rest are just waiting there to take notes. Oh, Eroku, thank you for coming. You see this Eroku here always gives me very good answers. But when he's not around, I feel out of place. Slave trade, the poor, transporting, selling, slavery, not slave trade in particular. Slave trade, Eroku, slavery. We are just looking at slavery. Eroku, okay? Just the slavery, not the slave, not, they introduced slavery from Chisache. Chisache, you are not serious. answer when Sache was not hearing. Fine, we shall get back to you later. Let's first continue with our review. So, negative effects, we've already given them. Why Islam took long? Why Islam took long to spread? Why Islam took long to spread? We have said the Arabs were more interested in trade. The Arabs were hated for being slave traders. Okay? So those are the reasons why Islam took long. Rahma, Rajab, Jose, thank you very much, good children. You make me proud. Winnie, thank you. Esther, thank you very much. You people make me proud. You own up this lesson by presenting very good answers. It makes me know that you've understood. Ulega, I want to see the answer. I want to see the answer. Gloria, Arabs were interested in trade. Thank you, Gloria. She's giving us why Islam took long to spread. Atim. Can you imagine? This girl is called Atim Shalom and I am Otim. This is good. Where can I tap to talk? Sorry. Atim, you have to get permission from me. Okay, let's first hear from Mpima Edmond, then we shall come to Atim. Mpima, let's first hear from Mpima Edmond. Mpima Edmond, yes.
Teacher,
Yes, Edmond.
do we have to hand in this work? Teacher,
These notes after we have written. No. After we have written the notes, don't hand in. You hand in the Edmond. Ask your question again.
do we have to hand in the work?
The notes.
Okay.
No, Edmond.
Yes.
We hand in the assignment.
Okay.
Not the notes.
Okay.
The notes,
Thanks
you
for the
just write
information.
them well. Yes, you just write the notes well, and then you keep them well, but you hand in the what? The assignments that I always give you. Okay. Then lastly, we are coming to Atim. Atim Shalom. Yes, Atim Shalom. Yes, Shalom. Atim Shalom. I think Atim also does not have, she cannot unmute, I think, I don't know. But somebody will help you next time. Okay, thank you. Bahrat also, I think, but our time is bad. Bahrat, yes. Bahrat? Except
Yes, teacher.
Any question?
No, teacher.
Okay, Bahrat is okay. I thought he has any question there. Fine. So I think let us continue. Amanda. Except being a slave traders, were they hated? I don't understand. Can you give a question, say, except being a slave trade, why were they? Oh, like Amanda, like you're saying, apart from being slave traders, why were Arabs hated? Okay. I think basically Arabs were hated because of being slave trade, because of being harsh slave traders. Okay. Harsh slave traders. I think that is it. The Arabs were hated for being slave traders. Yes, Esther, thank you. apart from being slave traders, why were they hated? No, I think that is not it. It's only being that they were rude, they were harsh, and that's why people hated them. Winnie, please give me the question. Winnie has a question here. Let's first try to get from Winnie. I hope these questions mean that we have truly understood about the Arab slave traders. Whitney, no, we want Winnie. Yes, this is Winnie, I think. Yes, Winnie?
Sir.
Uh-huh.
Good
morning, Winnie.
Teacher, I have a question, but
Ask, please.
I'm asking, where can I get these notes from?
In a Google Classroom.
But when I go there, I get the assignments. I can't get the notes.
There is what we call material. You get it under material. Are you using a phone?
Yeah.
There is material. You leave assignment, there is what's called material. That's where you get them. Just within the Google Classroom.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. We have assignments appear as assignments, but the notes appear as material. Please take note of that. The notes appear as material. Elvis, finally. I think we can hear from Elvis finally. Elvis. Let me look for you, Elvis. Elvis, okay. Yes, Elvis?
Yes, teacher.
Elvis. Any question?
Yeah.
I have seen your email here.
No.
Any question? Oh, okay. I thought you have any question there. Okay. So when we go to the Google Classroom, we should be able to get our notes and then the activity. Somebody is asking about the one for yesterday. Surely, I did not finish marking because this unity. Okay, fine. These are the points now. The answers. People are giving the answers. But how do? Okay. Okay, Carol. Thank you. Okay, so these are the areas that we have looked at in our lesson. We have looked at the items of trade, those that were brought in by Arabs and those that were taken away by Arabs. We have looked at the effects of the Arabs, the positive ones and the negative ones. We have started briefly to introduce slave trade and slavery, and this is where we are going to continue when we meet next week. Why Islam took long to spread in Uganda, we have given those reasons. So I would like to request you to always check on a Google Classroom and make sure that you get the notes and do the activity. I will show you how the turn up of the activity is very low. I give work to many people, but very few of you do the work. From me and the team of my administrators, I would like to say goodbye and wish you the very best of your day. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. These are the people who are thanking me on the chat. Sorry, I wanted to see this person. Okay, fine. So thank you very much. I would like to say to hear good children bless their teacher. And okay. And I end the call.
Teacher, I have a question. Teacher, I have a question. Teacher, I have a question.
Chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Teacher,
Thank you.